Welcome, dear students, to the new academic year, where we are going to learn the very important topics which are going to be useful in your ICSE examination 2022. Okay, so the first chapter for the year that we are going to start with is banking, and this is your chapter number 2. Okay, so you can clearly see that this banking deals with the recurring deposit accounts. Okay, so let's see few formula that will be useful in this particular chapter. So the first formula is for simple interest. By the way, let me tell you about recurring deposits. So recurring deposit means if you are depositing some amount of money, okay, that is called as P. Okay, so here this P stands for the money which you are depositing every month. Okay, so you can call P as monthly installment as well. Okay, so if P is your monthly installment, here this N stands for number of months. So basically you have done simple interest and you have done compound interest in your lower classes, where you calculated the interest on the basis of number of years. But here in recurring deposits, since you are depositing every month, your simple interest, that is in simple word you can call it interest, will be calculated monthly. Okay, so your interest depends on the number of months here. So in that case, your formula for calculating simple interest will become this one. Okay, so this formula is valid only for recurring deposit accounts. Okay, so another is the formula for total sum. For example, let's assume that you're depositing every month rupees 1000, and you are going to deposit that sum for maybe 15 months. Okay, so basically you are depositing 1000 rupees every month for 15 months. So after 15 months, how much money will be deposited by you? It will be 15,000, isn't it? So how you got that 15,000? You multiplied the monthly installment, that is 1000, by the number of months, that is 15. So 1000 into 15 is 15,000. So the total sum is obtained using this formula. That's what I did just now. Monthly installment into the number of months. Okay, and the very important is maturity value. Now what do you mean by maturity value? Maturity value is the amount which you get after the tenure is ended. For example, after 15 months, see, you are depositing 1000 rupees only for 15 months, isn't it? So after 15 months, how much ever money you have deposited, that amount along with the interest is known as your maturity value. So that's why your formula for maturity value will be total sum, how much ever you have deposited, plus the simple interest, that is the interest you get using this formula. Okay, so these are the three formula that you need to remember in this particular chapter. Okay, and remember R, here this R stands for rate of interest per annum. Okay, so you may pause the video and note down the formula here. Okay, so if you have understood the formula, let's begin with this problem. So your first question from the first exercise on banking says Manish opens a recurring deposit account with the Bank of Rajasthan and deposits 600 per month for 20 months. So basically there's a person whose name is Manish and he is depositing every month rupees 600. So that's why this 600 is what? Monthly installment, that is P. Okay, and he is depositing 600 for how many months? For 20 months. That is the number of months. Small n is given to be 20 here. Okay, you need to calculate the maturity value of this account if the bank pays interest at the rate of 10% per annum. So basically rate of interest is given to be 10% per annum. Now let's first calculate the simple interest using this formula. Okay, so let's put the value of n, which is 20. Okay, and r is 10, and how much is p? P is given to be 600. So if you do that, you will get this, isn't it? So do the simplification out here. So first simplify whatever is there within the bracket. Okay, so this becomes 20 plus 1 is 21, isn't it? So this is 20 into 21 here. Okay, so you get 20 into 21 will be 420. 2 into 12 is 24. Okay, and we get this. So do the cancellation and check. Okay, so you should get your interest to be 1050. Okay, so it's very easy. You can do the cancellation and check whether you get this much or not. Okay, so we got the simple interest, isn't it? Now you need to calculate the maturity value. Okay, so that's why the amount that Manish will get will be equals to, okay, so the formula is total sum is P into N. And how much is P? P is 600 into N. N is how much? N is 20 plus simple interest, which is 1050. Calculate this, you will get your answer to be 13,050. Okay, so your first answer is 13,050. So you may pause the video and note down the solution. Okay, so let's have a look at question number 3. So question 3 says, each of A and B both opened recurring deposit accounts in a bank. Okay, so there are two persons here, A and B. Both of them are opening RD accounts in the same bank. Okay, if A deposited rupees 12,000 per month for 3 years. Okay, so basically let's see what are the things that are given for A. So for A, monthly installment is given to be 1200. That is, monthly installment is P, isn't it? So for A, P is 1200, and number of years are given. That means time is given in terms of years, but we have to write time, that is in terms of months, isn't it? So 3 years is equal to how many months? It will be 36 months. How did you get that? You multiply 3 by 12, you will get 36. So N is 36 in this case. And rate, okay, so at last rate is also mentioned, which is mentioned to be 10%, and this rate is same for both people. Okay, fine. So for A, we have got P and R. Okay, so let's calculate what is simple interest using this formula. Okay, question actually says that you have to, okay, so let's complete the question as well. So for A, we have noted down this thing, and for B deposited rupees 1500 per month for 2.5 years. Okay, find on maturity who will get more amount and by how much. Okay, so basically for A and for B, we will calculate the maturity value, and let's compare who gets more. Okay, so we have got the simple interest formula, and we are calculating for A, remember. Okay, so for A, what is P? P is 1200, N is 36. Okay, so instead of N, I have written 36 out here, and rate is given to be 10. Okay, so simplify this. Okay, so 36 plus 1 becomes 37. You have to multiply 2 and 37. Okay, so you get this much. Do the cancellation, you will get this much. Okay, so the simple interest for A turns out to be rupees 6,660. So in this case, let's calculate the maturity value as well. So maturity value, okay, so all of you know the formula is P into N, that is the total sum, plus the interest. Okay, so total sum is given by this, and interest is this much, and if you calculate this or simplify this, you will get 49,860. Okay, so this is your maturity value for A. Similarly, will you be able to draw or find what is the maturity value for B? Definitely, it's a process the same. So for B, you have a principal to be 1500, or monthly installment is 1500. N, that is number of months in terms of year. It is given to be in terms of years. So 2.5 years means how much? It is 30 months. How you got that? again multiply 2.5 by 12, you'll get 30. Okay, and rate is again 10%. So calculate your simple interest using this formula. I don't want to see you writing like this directly. Okay, so I have given you directly the answer. So follow this way and find whether you get your simple interest to be this much or not. Okay, so after finding simple interest, again calculate the maturity value in this way only again. Okay, I have not shown you how I have got this, but you will definitely get this much. Now let's compare. We have got 49,860 here and we have got 50,812.50. Now which one is bigger, or who is getting more maturity value? Obviously we see that B is getting more, isn't it? So we say that B is getting more, and by how much? We have to calculate that also, isn't it? So that's why we need to find the difference between both the amounts. So this will be bigger minus smaller. So your answer or the difference turns out to be rupees 952.50. So you may pause the video and note down the solution. Let's have a look at the question number 4. Okay, so question number 4 says Ashish deposits a certain sum of money every month in a recurring deposit account for a period of 12 months. If the bank pays the rate of interest to be 11% per annum and Ashish gets rupees 12,715 as the maturity value of this account, what sum of money did he pay every month? Okay, so what is given here? Let's try to understand. Okay, so there's a person by name Ashish who starts RD account in a bank for 12 months. So basically number of months is given, n is given to be 12 here. Rate is given to 11. And what is this? You know, this is the maturity value. Okay, and you are asked to find what sum of money did he pay every month. That means he is asking what is monthly installment, isn't it? So that means we are asked to find what is the value of P. Okay, so I am taking P, the monthly installment, to be rupees Y. And what are the things given to us? Number of months is given 12 and rate is given to be 11% per annum. Okay, now we have got P, we have N and we have R. So let's find what is simple interest using this formula. So P is Y, N is 12, R is 11. So let's simplify this. Okay, so when you see, you have 12 into 12 plus 1 is 13. So 12 into 13 is 156. Divide by 2 into 12 is 24. And we have this as it is. Simplify this. Okay, so when you simplify this and change it into decimal, you will get 0.715 Y. Okay, because we have got Y also, no? Okay, so this is your simple interest. So in that case, let's see what will be the maturity value. So maturity value will be P into N. P is Y and N is 12 plus simple interest, which is this much, isn't it? This is your simple interest. Now simplify this. This will be equals to, this is 12Y, isn't it? So 12Y plus this much will be how much? 12.715Y. Now this is your maturity value. But we are already given maturity value, isn't it? This is given to be 12,715. That means this is also maturity value. This is also maturity value. That means they must be equal to each other. So on equating, we have, as I said, this is also maturity value. This is also maturity value. So that's why they must be equal to each other. So from here, you can remove this rupees. So from here, Y will be equals to, so this term goes to the denominator, right? So this becomes this much. Now do the simplification. The value of Y turns out to be 1000. And in fact, what is Y? Y is my monthly installment, isn't it? That's what the question is asking. So that's why we say the sum of money Ashish paid every month was rupees 1000. So you may pause the video and note down the solution. Okay, so let's have a look at this now. Okay, so this is going to be my last question. Okay, so let's see. Question says Puneet has a RD account in a bank of Baroda and deposits rupees 140 per month for 4 years. If he gets rupees 8,092 on maturity, find the rate of interest given by the bank. So this is also similar kind of problem, but here you are not asked to find the monthly installment. Instead, you are asked to find the rate of interest. Okay, so that's why I'm taking the rate of interest to be R itself. Okay, so we have got monthly installment. Every month he is depositing rupees 140, so that's why P is 140, and N, number of months, is here it is given in terms of years. So 4 years means how many months? It is 48 months. Okay, so we have got P and R. Let's find the simple interest using this formula. So P is 140, N is 48, R is R itself. Okay, so simplify this. So when you simplify this, this will turn into 137.20 R. Okay, so this, if this is your simple interest, let's see the maturity value then. So it is P into N plus the interest. Okay, so when you multiply 140 and 48, you get 6,720. So this is your maturity value. Okay, but it is given that the maturity value is 8,092, isn't it? So that means this entire thing and this both are same. Okay, so that's why on equating we have this maturity value equals to this one. That's what I have written here. Okay, so you can remove rupees. Okay, so remove rupees and we want to calculate the value of R. So we don't have R here, so you can take this to the right hand side. Okay, so subtract this, you will get 1,372. So if you want to calculate R, take this quotient of R to the denominator, so you get this much. Simplify this, this will exactly be equal to 10. Okay, so that's why your rate of interest given by the bank is how much? 10% in this case. So you may pause the video and note down the solution. Thank you very much.